hear it repeatedly in the media, on blog sites, and stated by certain politicians. And that is that the Earth is actually cooling, not warming, as the scientific community is telling us. What do you think? Join us as we investigate the evidence that supports this view. In this example from the Globe and Mail in July of 2009, the writer extrapolates an unusually cold month in Ontario to the entire planet. The second, from a British newspaper in 2010, takes a different tact, essentially claiming that global warming stopped in the late 1990s. The third, also from a high circulation daily from the UK in November 2011, states matter-of-factly that global warming is over. Such claims are made on the basis of two fundamental errors, the first of which is confusing variability at the regional scale with changes that are global in extent. Let's explore what actually happened in July 2009. July 2009 was indeed a cool month in central Canada, as can be seen in the temperature anomalies map. This shows the monthly average temperature at many weather stations relative to the July average over a 30-year period between 1961 and 1990. You can see lots of regional variability, which is of course characteristic of climate on planet Earth. But while it was cold in Ontario in July, it was very warm in many other places, like Australia, Europe, Central Asia, and much of Africa, as well as along the western margin of North America, including much of British Columbia. When looked at globally, July 2009 was the fifth warmest on record. By September of that year, the average temperature in Ontario had changed dramatically. It was an unusually hot month, as can be seen in the anomaly map, where the large red dots indicate temperatures 5 or more degrees above normal. Worldwide, September of 2009 was the second warmest on record. Assessments like these reflect short-term changes in weather patterns, not long-term changes in climate. And so making the claim that global warming isn't happening because of a 1-month-long cool snap in Ontario is incorrect. But what about the other claims that global warming stopped in the late 1990s? Let's focus in on the last 43 years of global temperature data and explore the notion that global warming stopped in recent years. The question we ask is, what leads some commentators to claim that global warming has stopped? Earth's climate can change from year to year as a direct result of natural phenomena like El Niño or La Niña events or volcanic eruptions. These are relatively short-term variations that in this case are imposed on a longer-term trend. But by ignoring the longer term and specifically selecting short periods, one can make the claim, for example, that the Earth cooled over the 4 years between 1973 and 1976, shown by the blue bar at the lower left. Similarly, one could pick the 8 years between 1987 and 1994 and draw the same conclusion. Such purposeful selection of short-term slices of the global temperature record so that one can claim that the planet is cooling is called cherry-picking, and it is statistically fraudulent. But taking a longer view, like the 16 years between 1998 and 2013, yields a warming trend. In fact, the World Meteorological Organization specifies 30 years of data as the minimum requirement to establish a statistically robust climate trend. The 43 years shown here thus define a warming trend that is both visually obvious and statistically robust. Earth is warming. Period. There you have it. The claims that Earth is actually cooling are based on two fundamental errors, confusing variability at the regional scale with changes that are global in extent, and fraudulent statistics or cherry-picking in which short-term slices are plucked from the global temperature record. Both are elementary errors based on clear misrepresentation of climate data.